And we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Okay, we need John to say the prayer. John?
Father John?
Father John. I thought Father Lawyer was going to be here.
No, he'll be at the next thing.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, gracious and merciful God, all glory and honor goes to you. For the times that we've fallen short, for the times we did not live up to your expectations, we are sorry and we ask for your forgiveness. We ask for your help and your graces that we do better in the future. Thank you for this wonderful country we live in. Thank you for the wonderful patriots that are here today, the patriots that came before us, that handed us this country. Please help us to keep it. Please help us to do what's best for our community, our state, and our country. Help us to understand everybody's viewpoints and work together to make this one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Thank you, John. In case anybody's new here, in Homer we say a pledge and a prayer before every single meeting, no matter what they are. So whenever you come this way, you'll find out John says most of the prayers, and if he's not here, we get somebody else. And if no one volunteers, then you got to hear me make one up. I ain't too good at it, but I do it. The first thing we'll have is a treasurer's report from our treasurer, Carmen Morella.
Okay, hi everybody. Our D2 report was filed April 15th, just so everybody knows what we have $1,382.86 in our account. And this month we only spent $18, and that's for our website. It's $18 a month, it just keeps our website up to date. That's all I have.
And like I said, there's people that still owe us the $600 that they're going to pay us real soon. And if they don't pay, then their signs get thrown in the garbage. I'm not going to have any signs or literature by anybody that isn't going to pay, except the judges. We agreed before our groups that we don't want to go through the reporting with judges. So the judges are the only ones that are exempt from not paying. So the only people that are paid are the ones that you see stuff up there for. So that's why. So if anyone wants to put their literature or signs other than judges, they have to pay the $600. And there's two people that I know are going to pay me, otherwise they'll have a problem. So I have told them that they can put their sign up in their literature. So with that, I just want to make sure everybody knows that we're going to have more money coming in, because we spent all the money that we raised with fundraisers to pay the rent all the way to November. That way we didn't have a problem not having this place in November. Because when you tell the candidates to have it until November, you got to make sure you can live up to what you say. You don't lie to nobody. So this office is paid for now. But now we have to raise the money to get mailers out and stuff like that. And that's going to come from the money that we're collecting from the $600. And anyway, that's where that is. And with that, we're going to, we were supposed to have Gary Rabine show up, but he didn't come yet, or he's not coming. And also Sullivan said he was coming, and he's not here either, so he said he was, but you know, what are you going to do? And Bailey couldn't come, but we have Christina MC, and so she's got the floor to talk for Bailey. She's his surrogate.
Okay, so I'm working with Bailey in the campaign, so I'm here to let you guys know or talk to you guys about Bailey. I think you should vote for Bailey because he has been fighting for the kids. As you all know, that's what I do. I go to school board meetings. I've been fighting against CRT. the sex ed, all the mask stuff, and Bailey, out of all the candidates, he was the one person that stood up. He came out, he did an event for Illinois Patriots. I built a relationship with him. He is an amazing man. His wife is amazing. They are against abortion. They are for guns, for Second Amendment. He's void the void. Trying to think of everything else. He's he's a good candidate, and I think you guys should vote for him. If you have any questions about what you're seeing in the mailers, 100% lies. I did an interview with him on Illinois Patriots. You can go back, you can see what he says about everything. I'm not going to rehash any of it, but Irvin is sending out some nasty mailers. Rabine is kind of piggybacking off of that, saying he voted for Obama, which I can address that if anybody wants to. Wants to hear it. I'm not going to go into it here. What else? I don't know what else to. If you guys have any other questions, so let me know. He's definitely the front runner, and I've done polls on my group, other groups. He is a front runner. Don't vote for Irvin. I'm just going to say that. Don't align yourselves with Irvin, because I work with a lot of grassroots. And if you are aligning yourself with Irvin, you are not getting our votes. We are not going to. We're not going to get money for you guys. We're not going to. We're not going to do any campaigning or put your names out there or anything like that. So I saw what happened in Lake County on Saturday. There was a straw poll, and Irvin basically bussed in a busload of Indian senior citizens, and had pre-wrote out ballots and had them come in, put the ballots in, and then they left. It was absolutely the most disgusting thing I've seen. Typical Illinois politics, establishment. So I'm just going to let everybody know we're grassroots. I got a lot of groups. A lot of groups behind me, and we are anti-establishment, so that is that. And Bailey is definitely anti-establishment, so that's it.
Christina MC runs the Illinois Patriots, and that is a patriot group. Right now, the roadies are at the high school for a 205 meeting with all their people, and we have the Shakes back here. They're partnered up with the 205 people, but they came here to the meeting. The other people went to the 205 meeting, because we have a lot of problems with the schools. And we actually have moms and dads that are out fighting and going to stop all the garbage that the schools are doing.
Could use some support if anybody could.
Thank you to these guys. So now we're going to go to the next one. The questions and stuff will happen at mugshots. That way we can get through all the candidates, and then next week or early the following week, we're going to put a list together of all the people that are eligible to vote, and we'll have to vote. You get committeemen get 1 vote, and then people that went to 2 meetings in a row that live in Homer and they're part of the Homer Republicans are people that have been here with us. We got people that don't live here that still come and vote here. But they go to consecutive meetings, 2 consecutive meetings in a year. So they get a half a vote then. Like Chris isn't from Homer, but he can get a half a vote because he goes to all our meetings. So that's just how it works. But anyway, the first person we'll get is Jeff Ringner. Did I say it right, Jeff? Regner. And he's running for Congress in the 1st Congressional, and he's the only one here, so his opponent isn't here. He has 3 other opponents, right?
I do. I have 3 other opponents.
You get 3 minutes.
Okay, excellent. So my name's Jeff Regner, and I'm running for Congress in the 1st Congressional District, which includes Homer Glen. I am not a politician. I'm a business owner, freedom fighter. I own Key Firearms in New Lenox. We're one of the largest firearms dealers in the Midwest here. And we got involved because of infringements on our freedoms. With shutting down our businesses, we've been shut down a couple of times by the village for the COVID stuff. We had to cut red tape, trying to get the doors open in the beginning. Shouldn't be that hard to sell firearms. During the pandemic, we had sold a lot of firearms to a lot of new firearm owners due to safety and security. They came in, they felt that what was going on in the world with rioting and things like that, that they needed to arm themselves to protect themselves and their families. So when we watched this happen, what we had in is we've seen a lot of people that couldn't afford not only firearms but let alone training and how to get trained to properly use these guns. So what we ended up doing is we created a program where we gave them free concealed carry training that people are charging $200–300 for, to get people involved, get them properly trained so that they can carry and they have reasonable training to understand how to use the firearm. We started that program in June of last year, and we were only going to run it for 1 month. And then we had so many people sign up, thousands. We ran it for July, August. We're still doing it today. And what we see over and over again is people come in and people forget senior citizens are on fixed incomes. We hear it all the time. Thanks to you guys have this program, because we would never afford to take these classes, and we need protection. We see it on disabled veterans. We train hundreds of disabled veterans because they're also on fixed incomes. We've seen single moms and dads that come in. We've seen young children, college students, people that just couldn't afford to take training that wanted to do that. That turns into where our economy is in today, where the inflation is at 8.5%, which they say, which is a lie. It's a lot more than that. The gas is high, the food. How do these people survive? These are the people that it's hurting the most that are already on small budgets. A lot of people forget when they had stay-at-home orders and mask mandates and closed businesses down, how they really affected people in the long term. And they don't have a plan. The government doesn't have a plan on how to bring that back. You know, what else we've seen in our economy today is shortage of everything, from plastic pipe to dog leashes, because it's not made here in America. We need to bring manufacturing back here to America. We need to invest in American businesses, and we need to invest in American children so that they can have prosperity in the future moving forward. At that, Steve's cutting me off, so I appreciate your time. And remember,
Chairperson, not chairperson,
State Central Committeeman.
committeeman, thank you. I'm an attorney, I'm a practicing attorney. I'm the 4th Ward Chicago Republican committee person in the city of Chicago. We all know the problems that Chicago is having presently. One of the things that I want to do, because I don't think we've ever seen it before, is that there needs to be communication, okay, with the state, central committee. I mean, how often have you heard from your, committee person? I mean, how often has he been out here? Is there a direct chain of communication? All we do is we get, these messages that we're supposed to support whoever the party thinks that we're supposed to support, which is happening in our governor's race right now, right? I mean, we're supposed to just accept, all right, whoever they want us to vote, to vote for. What I want to do is I want to hear from you, from all of you, okay? You will have my personal cell phone number. You'll have my email address, okay? I want to report back to you. I have never heard, okay, from my state party, central committee person. I mean, I hear from them maybe once, okay, every 4 years when they're about to get reelected. So I want to change that dynamic. I want to make sure that you're aware of what the Illinois GOP is all about and what it is that they're doing. I don't even know if any of you realize, but they have meetings, like, 4 times a year. But we don't hear from, from who our representatives are supposed to be. So at this point in time, I'm running because I want to give you a voice. One of the things that I found was that we're the forgotten. They ignore us. They don't care what we have to say. They don't care what we want to do. And we all know that the state is in an abysmal, situation. As I'm sure Jeff has already told you, about what he stands for, and what we need to do to turn this state around. So again, I'm a mother. I'm an attorney. I'm a small business owner. I've been trying to make the 4th Ward become somewhat important in the city of Chicago. If you can imagine, I am in, Hyde Park. So my whole 4th Ward consists of less than 1% of Republican voters, registered voters. But yet, every year, I'm trying, and I've held events, okay, watch parties, all right, to get the word out that we do exist. And it's always shocking and surprising to people when they find out that there is in fact a GOP. So Steve is telling me I have 30 seconds. I am just asking for your support, please, okay? I do not believe that there is anybody else who wants this position. Oh, just so you know, it's unpaid, it's totally volunteer, okay? So it's on my nickel, it's on my time, and all I want to do is, I want to represent everybody in this room, not the parties that be, not the establishment. Thank you so much.
I know her for a long time. She's a real good person, hard fighter. So we got a problem, we call her up and she'll fight for us. And that's what we need. It's important.
Got it.
Okay, the next ones, I'm looking through the list here. Okay, we'll go to county board. Annette Parker came in, but we're not going to have people that don't have a primary talk, but just so everybody knows that candidates that don't have a primary, this is Annette. Right, if you turn around, people look at her, so you know, the one with a broken arm. We are going to be endorsing every single Republican that does not have a primary. So all the county-wise are automatically going to get endorsed. Annette does not have a primary. She's going to be endorsed. Her partner is Phil Morez is her partner, and he's going to be endorsed. And so, anyway, Annette's doing a great job on the county board, and she represents the half of Homer Township I used to have, and now I don't. So she's filling in my shoes, and she's a good person to fill in the shoes. So the next person would be Dave Molinari. He's running for county board in District 4. You got 3 minutes.
Thank you very much for having me, folks. It's a privilege to speak before you people, fellow Republicans. Here we're at the same name of Dave Molinari, and I'm seeking one of the 2 available seats for Will County District 4. And I think it's important to tell you that I've been a Republican committeeman since 2012. I was 6 years on the library board, business owner since 1979. And I'm also co-founder and president of Festa Italiana in Mokina. We raise thousands and thousands of dollars a year for charities. But the problem that I have with county government, state government in this state right now is not just that the Democrats have destroyed us. The taxes are just incredible. But the other problems that we have, especially in this county, I have a daughter buried on the west end of Will County, in the cemetery there, because of heroin. My other daughter, while she lives in Mokina, we got 2 beautiful twin granddaughters, and they put masks on them. They shut down schools. They continue to pay the school teachers, continue to pay the school employees full price. And as a library board trustee, I was the only one on the board, and this was not an act of bravery. I refused to vote to shut down the library during the so-called scamdemic. Now, many may disagree with me and still think it's some terrible, horrible thing, but from the very start, we were played with. Now, there were some people in this state and this area who were very brave. I'm not one of them. I just saw that it was a ridiculous situation. I would not close down the library as a fiduciary. I was the only one that voted that way. That's it. Well, guess what? Darren Bailey, he sued the governor, and he got Sangamon County free. Sangamon County was free when we were all walking around being forced to wear masks. Now, they shut down your churches. They shut down your schools. They shut down people's businesses. They ruined their lives. And beyond all that, they all got paid. They all got paid. Nobody stopped them from getting their checks. And so they paid no price for what they've done to us. Now we have come to election season, and people are like, oh, this is going to be great. The Democrats screwed up so bad, we're all going to have great wins. But the problem is, okay, Keith Peckoff, a great brave mayor, made a video and told me how stupid all these rules the governor had were. And he told the people of Orland, we're not shutting you down, okay? In my little town of Mokina, Frank Fleischer, good friend of mine, timid guy, but went around to all businesses, stay open. These people were brave. I wasn't brave, but I'm asking for one of the seats on the county board. And the other day a Democrat said to me, I would not vote for you, Dave, if you were St. Peter at the Gate. I said, if I was St. Peter at the Gate, I wouldn't be in your district. Thank you very much.
Okay, another person for District 4 is Anthony Granada. He's the one that's running with me.
thanks everybody. I think most of you know me, some of you don't. My name's Tony Granata. I am from Frankfurt Square. When I was 19 years old, I was elected to the Frankfurt Square Park District Board. I served 2 terms, and I think every year since, except for 2, since I was 18, I've been a Republican committeeman. In 2021, I took it upon myself to put an ad campaign against a woman who was incredibly dangerous, who was running for Lincoln Way School Board. Liberal as could be. She wanted to shut down everything, mask everybody, and I paid for the ads and I put it out there, and we've got thousands of people to say that this lady's got to not be elected. Not only did she not get elected, but she ended up being a little bit embarrassed and resigned as the chairman of the Democratic Party in Frankfurt Township, so I think that was a real good win for us. And I don't believe that there's a lot more people than Steve and I running for county board in our district that are going to fight as hard as we are. I know how to govern. I've done it since I was 19 years old. I'm a hardcore conservative, Trump-supporting Republican, and I ask for your vote, June 28th. Thank you very much.
My name is Steve Ballage, and I'm running. Time's up. You're all minutes. Make sure you And I've been on the county board for 9 years, and I've done all kinds of stuff on the county board. I probably got 15 to 20 building codes changed, which is kind of unheard of, getting that many codes. City council people here know it's kind of hard to change that kind of stuff, but I got them changed. I did pro-gun county back in 2008 or 9, I forgot the exact time it was. They voted to make Will County a sanctuary for guns, and they forgot about it. So then in 2016, I think it was, yeah, it was whatever the date was that the state said we could start carrying concealed. Well, I came in there and I wrote up my own little resolution on notebook paper, and I presented it myself because our leadership wouldn't present it. So I don't really give a darn. So I present it and I read it, and it's in my language, not in lawyer language. And guess what? It just so happened that Don Moran, the president of the ISRA, was in the room, and he was a Democrat county board member, and he says, "You want some help with that, kid?" And I said, "Yeah." And guess what? We got it passed, and they did not want to vote on it. We went for like 3 or 4 months, and we never gave up, and we got them to vote on it. That was the first time that we pulled something like that I did, pulled that off. Then you keep going. They wouldn't let us read our proclamation for life. That means that we didn't want to kill babies born alive. So we read it from our desk. We had Judy O'Gala read it from the chair. Then we embarrassed the hell out of them, because I talked one of the Democrats, Herb Brooks, who's running as independent now, to walk up to the podium and stand with me and ask the people on the board to stand to say we're not going to kill live babies. It's all on video. That's even better. So when I say, oh, anybody who wants to kill live babies, don't want to kill live babies, stand up. All the Republicans stand up, and the Democrats sit. And then the speaker of the board says, "They didn't hear you." And I go, okay, so I said it again. And this is on video. I asked the question again. The Democrats are falling over their feet trying to run out of the room.
Steve, 30 seconds.
I got 30 seconds. I can tell you one thing. If you don't know me, I fight like hell. And I don't give up. And on the county board or the township as a supervisor, we're doing things that cities have a hard time to do. And we're doing it because the city of Homer Glen is our partner in most of this stuff. Because they're all part of Homer Republicans. But thank you very much, and please vote for me and Tony. Now we're going to go to the judges. And Art doesn't have, Art's one of our guys from Homer. He doesn't have a primary, so he ain't going to be talking. But would you please tell Judge Berg and Judge Brennan that they are endorsed by us when we endorse, that they don't have to worry about it? own, right?
I hope not.
And his son's a committeeman, going to be a committeeman, I should say. So that's a big deal. All right, now the next person, we're going to go just down the list. We got Derek Ironic. Everybody got 3 minutes, and I give you a 30-second warning, like I got.
Steve, thank you. My name is Derek Iwanek. I'm an associate judge here in Will County already. I'm running for the 5th sub-circuit vacancy that's being opened up by my colleague Ray Rossi's retirement. That sub-circuit includes Homer Glen, Mokina, New Lenox, Frankfort, Lockport, east of Farrell Road, and any part of Tinley Park that falls within Will County. Now, you may ask yourself, if he's a judge, why is he running for judge? Well, there's a reason why. I'm an associate judge. The difference between a circuit judge and associate judge, circuit judges, which is what I'm looking to become, are elected by the voters, just like you. It's those circuit judges that then appoint associate judges like myself. So we need good conservative circuit court judges to put good conservative associate judges on the bench, just like myself. Now, I was appointed to the bench in 2018. Prior to that, I was a Will County prosecutor here in this county since 2003. Now, I'm happy to come talk to you, the Homer Township Republicans, because I consider myself one of you. I grew up in Homer Glen. My parents moved out here in 1977. They saw the potential of Homer Glen back when it was farm fields and pretty much nothing else. They still live here in Homer Glen. They still reside in Erin Hills. Some of you may have seen my dad walking around getting signatures for me. He was the old guy in the Army hat, going door to door. I grew up in a conservative household. We ate dinner as a family every night. We went to church every Saturday or every Sunday, depending on whether or not we were going to go out to Pizza at Pizza Hut in Lockport at the time. I used to ride my bike up to this very strip mall. My brother's first job was at the pizza place that was next door. My first job was at Bankston's, working in the pumpkin patch. I worked at the Blockbuster Video that's now closed. But I know Homer Glen. I know the sub-circuit. I've been a resident of this sub-circuit for over 40 years. The only time I wasn't a resident of the sub-circuit was after I got married to my beautiful wife, Renee, who I met in college at Lewis University. We lived in Lockport for 5 years. We outgrew that home quickly. We started having daughter after daughter after daughter. We stopped after 4. So I have 4 beautiful daughters. I went to public school out here. My wife went to public school in Mokina, which is where we now live. Our daughters go to public school. We believe in the public school system. We don't believe in everything that's going on now, but I currently sit on bond court. So anybody who's arrested in the county, they come before me in the afternoon. I'm the judge that's setting their bond. If you wonder what type of circuit court judge that Derek Iwanek makes, you don't have to wonder. You can see it every day. I invite anyone to come down to courtroom 202, where I sit each and every afternoon setting bonds, or check out the Joliet Patch. They routinely will publish the bonds that I set. Once again, my name is Derek Iwanek. I'm running for 5th Sub-Circuit. I would appreciate your endorsement. I'm the only candidate running that has experience as a judge. I have experience as a prosecutor as well. So on June 28th, I'd appreciate your vote. I have signs in the back. I have literature. Take it. Friends, family, anyone you know in Homer Glen, I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
Okay, then the next person will be Bob Bodak.
Hello and good evening. As Steve said, my name is Bob Bodak, and I'm a Will County Republican, and I'm running for Circuit Court Judge on the Powers vacancy. I'm a lifelong resident of Will County, and I serve my community each and every day. I'm honored to serve as the president of the Will County Bar Association. The local lawyers and the lawyer community looks to me for leadership. I serve on the Troy School Board, where I live in Shorewood. I've served as a Troy Precinct Committeeman as well. I do that over the number of years, not this year, but I have many times in the past. And I've been a supporter for the last 10 or 15 years of good Republican candidates throughout the county. Okay? People like Judge Ben Braun, Judge Dan Rippey, Judge Carlson. Right? Good conservative Republicans. House of Representatives, the State House, local county board candidates as well. Some of them are here today. Been strong supporters of them. This is a real important election, as Judge Iwanek told us. We need to make sure we have good conservative Republicans who are elected, because the circuit judges appoint the associate judges. And we've been appointing Democrat associate judges for a number of years. We've got an 8-8 tie, and we need to keep our numbers where they are and increase whenever possible. We also have to get to know our candidates, okay? Get to know our backgrounds so that you know how are you going to perform in the future. How can we trust you? And as I say to my clients, don't tell me, show me. I'm the only candidate in the race who's fighting for the voices of parents, not just on the school board, but you may have seen me in the newspaper, Channel 5 as well, WJOL, fighting for Will County Deputy Ed Gowie, who wanted to protect his children and wanted to protect all the other students that went to his children's school in Mokina. We fight for the voices of parents. I'm also here fighting for Republican credentials and integrity. It's the 800-pound gorilla in the room. I can see little discomfort in faces. I feel that with you as well, but it's important that we get to know who our candidates are. Because this isn't easy for me as I've questioned credentials of other candidates. It really isn't. I'm a lawyer. I go to the courthouse every day. One of my opponents wears a robe. Okay? This is difficult.
30 seconds.
But think about this. How would you feel if you got to know your candidates after the election rather than before? This is important stuff. I hope that you offer me your support today. I'd appreciate that. I hope you join Chairman George Pearson, former Chairman and current General Counsel Ed Ronkowski, as they have supported my candidacy here. Okay, I appreciate their support, and I'm asking for yours today. I'm Bob Bodak, a Will County Republican for Circuit Court Judge, and I have my materials here and signs as well. Appreciate your support. Thank you.
Okay, next we have Judge Don Wilkins.
I'm Judge Don Wilkins. I'm a judge here in Will County. I was appointed in September of 2020 as a judge in Will County. There was 35 candidates who ran. I was appointed the actual associate judge. It's something I'm proud of. I take tremendous honor and value every day representing the people of Will County. I take pride in representing the people of Will County. You know, I grew up in a conservative, working class police family. And my wife, who I've been married to for almost 28 years, and our 3 children, we raised them with the same conservative values that our parents raised us with. You know, I put myself through college. I worked as a laborer up at O'Hare Airport. I put myself through law school. I worked on the docks of Roadway Trucking Company as a dock worker to put myself through law school. And, you know, when I graduated law school, my first job was here in Will County as a prosecutor in the Will County State's Attorney's Office. In fact, for the next 25 years, I spent time as a prosecutor in the Will County State's Attorney's Office and also prosecuting for municipalities. Over 25 years of experience as a prosecutor. I have a reputation as a law and order prosecutor. I've had an office in Joliet since 1998. I spent 7 years prior to being an associate judge as an administrative law judge for the city of Lockport. I have almost 9 years of judicial experience right now as a judge. That's something I'm very proud of. That's something I take to work every day. I don't take it for granted. When I have people, ordinary people from Will County come in front of me, I take the time to listen to their cases. I make firm and tough decisions. You know, as a prosecutor, I was known as a tough prosecutor. It's something I'm very proud of. And as a judge, I take that to work every day. You know, voters don't pay attention in judicial races. They ask 3 people who to vote for. They ask judges, they ask the legal community, and they ask police officers. All 3 have spoken on my behalf. The judges appointed me. In fact, our last 2 conservative Republican chief judges in Will County, Steve White and Jerry Kenney, endorsed me. the legal community. Get to know your candidates. I have the credentials. I put them out here every day for people to see. Almost 9 years with judicial experience and over 25 years as a prosecutor. I'm the only one in this race who's actually put criminals behind bars. And that's what I continue to do as a judge. I want to thank you all for the time.
Okay, next we have David Hurst.
Thanks, Steve. Hi, I'm David Hurst. I'm also running for the Powers vacancy. And I want to talk to you this evening about what's at stake in this upcoming election. As many of you probably know, but some of you may not, there are 16 circuit court judges in Will County. 8 of them are Republicans, 8 of them are Democrats. 3 are retiring, and all 3 of the ones that are retiring are Republicans. Folks, that means that we have to win all 3 of those seats back just to maintain parity. So there's a lot at stake in this election. And I think this election comes down to really what you believe. And I'd ask you a question. Do you believe that Governor Pritzker should be able to close down a business simply by executive order? Because that was a decision in the Illinois Republican Party versus Pritzker. Or do you believe that illegal immigrants should receive subsidized housing, subsidized health care? That was a decision in the Wolf case. Or do you believe that inmates should receive sexual reassignment surgery at taxpayer expense? That was a decision just last week in downstate Illinois in the case called Iglesias. These cases all have as a common denominator the fact that they were decided by leftist, liberal judges. And they all illustrate the need that we have for conservative judges. Because, folks, most of the time, these cases are decided, by the judge. They don't go up on appeal. And that's the decision. A little about me. I've been a practicing attorney for 27 years here in Will County, most of that time. My partner Alan and I formed a partnership in 1999. We're still partners 23 years later. I'm part of a general practice, which means we do a broad range of legal work. I do contract work. I represent companies, employees. I do some real estate work. I do probate work. Kind of a broad range of things. I'm also proud to say that I'm a small business owner. That means I know what it's like to have to make payroll. I know what it's like to manage employees. I know what it's like to be responsible, obviously, to clients and for deadlines. And I think those are all key things that are critically important in a judge. My wife, Kathy, and I have been married for 26 years. We have 2 children. Both of them are in college. Thank you. I can tell you that I would bring to the bench my experience, my integrity, and the range of values that I have. I'm a conservative. I've been a conservative all my life, and I hope I can ask for your support and have it in June. Thank you.
Okay, the last one is my cousin Jeff Tumino.
That's a good thing. Good evening, my name is Jeff Tuminello. I am Steve's cousin. I'm also endorsed by Steve, endorsed by Ruben, endorsed by Mike Bonomo. For the past 17 years, I've been a Will County prosecutor here in our county. And I can tell you, things are not getting any easier there. I mean, the crime on our streets and in our towns that's coming in is just, it's insane. I can't tell you the number of cases that I pick up every day that I look at that there's a weapon used. Someone's getting shot at. Someone's getting carjacked in New Lenox. I had a good friend of mine come up to me the other day and say, hey, what about this carjacking in my neighborhood? I'm like, I know, it's insane. Like, I don't know what's going on anymore. He's like, yeah, you know what? That's the second time that it's happened within a year. In New Lenox, these things are out of control. So for the past 17 years, I've been devoting my life to protecting families, keeping these criminals off the streets, and it's been a job it's challenging, but it's very rewarding. So that's why I'm running for judge now, because I believe that we need new people in these spots. We need to grow our judiciary. We need tough people who realize that there's problems in our communities. So we need new people on the bench, and that's why I'm running for Judge Rossi's spot. I'm also very proud of the fact that I've been on the streets and on the ground helping you and helping candidates as a precinct committeeman. That's been an honor to do so, really. I've been down here helping you fix where you live, which I was very proud of, and you guys did tremendous and well, and look at all the positive things that are happening at Homer Glen. We did the same sort of things in Frankfort Township and the same sort of things in New Lenox as well, which I was super happy to help out with and get new candidates and get new people and grow this party together. So I'm very proud of those things. I'm very proud to be with you tonight. I'm very proud also that my campaign is supported by police, fire, the mayor of Frankfort, the mayor of New Lenox. So I'd love to have your support. So my name's Jeff Tuminello, and I'd be honored to have your vote on June 28th. Thanks so much.
Candidates, I was expecting the governor guys, but they didn't come. And it's like, one of the things that we do in Homer that's different than everywhere else, when we endorse, we can endorse, there's 10 candidates, and all 10 candidates get 70% of the vote, then they all can get endorsed. So what we do is we call out one name, and then everyone fills out a piece of paper, and then we add them up. If there's 70%, they get endorsed. So if there's 2, 3, 4, 6, whatever, don't matter. Somebody can get endorsed. The only one that, like governors, from what I can feel in my barometers, and I'm usually pretty accurate around here in our district, it seems like everybody's either with Bailey or Rabine. You know, and then all the elected people, for the most part, are going with Mr. Urban. But the base seems not to like Mr. Urban. So that's where it's at, and I would think that when we endorse, we'll probably end up, we might endorse both Urban, Bailey and Rabine. And that's it. And then same with judges. If they vote for 2 judges or 3 judges, I don't know if there's any with 3, but if there's 3 and they vote for all 3, then you're all 3 endorsed. And the reason we do that is because in a primary, we don't want to start a war in our own group about whether they like Bailey or Rabine, or Sullivan or Rabine, or Rabine, or, you know, just mix them up, right? So we don't want to go there. So the best way to do that is give everybody an equal chance to be endorsed. That'll take place either next week or the week after. I don't know which one. I got to look at my schedule because I got a hectic schedule. But we're going to do it, and everyone will hear about it. We'll put it on Facebook, and I'll send out emails and what have you. You'll find out real quick. But it's going to be vote by pen. You know, nobody knows who voted for who. That way we don't have any problems. So usually our meeting lasts exactly 1 hour, and this time it's 50 minutes. And if it goes over an hour, this gentleman over here says stop. Because we feel like you have more time at mugshots to talk to the people in the room that matter. So if you want to sit here and listen to people talk and not know personally what you want to ask them, then you just stay here. But the idea is to go over there and have a conversation with the candidates and get to know more about them and see if you really like them or you don't like them. Because when it comes time to endorse, you want to make sure you're endorsing right. So with that, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So make that motion.
A second.
It's been seconded, and all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.
John, we'll come with you.